I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Wake up!
What's up, guys? We are back with another episode of the Love and Hip Hop Miami After Show, Season 3, Episode 8. I am your host, Tyra Prude, and I am joined with my amazing, bomb, fun, funny co-host. To the left of me, I have Alfie doing his little dance.
Alfred,
and,
Nolan Thomas, too.
yeah, all of that good stuff. And then we got the diva, Miss Jeroslyn, right next to him.
Hey, y'all. What's up?
What's up?
Be back.
So, okay, of course, as always, because of Love and Hip Hop, we have a jam-packed show. So we are going to dive right in. We're going to talk about the hunt for the BAPS tour manager. I mean, we got to talk about this crazy audition they held for whatever reason.
Cool, whatever.
And then we got to talk about our girl Saucy. Saucy Santana made her appearance, and she shut stuff down, literally. We got to talk about her. We got to talk about Amara and her family issues and all the drama that's boiling between her and MJ, and then Premadonna comes in and just stirs the pot even more.
She's stirring.
She's stirring it. So with that being said, what are your overall thoughts?
I feel like this was an amazing episode of a lot of key elements when it comes to career in Amara's situation. I think even in the girls coming together and trying to like take their own path in their hands, there were a lot of pros and a lot of cons, I felt, with the way they were going about it. But, you know, it's entertainment, so it was all good. And then, you know, shouts out to Miami Tip, you know what I'm saying, going through what she's going through and being very professional for the chaos that just got thrown in her face.
Yeah.
Was it thrown in her face?
Was it not?
I
though?
mean,
Or did she bring it? I mean, at the end of the day, I know when I butt myself into something, whatever's going to come is going to come. Exactly. What do you expect? Especially with a character like Saucy. Y'all know I've been waiting for Saucy to have some camera time. I love him. I'm always posting him on the on-site page that I run just because I just love his boldness with being whoever he wants to be at all times, and take it or leave it. So I was here for that. I'm here for his storyline. I'm here for the shade he threw at Tip. That was so hilarious. And Maria with her mother and the father situation.
yeah, that got pretty deep.
It gets deep, and it's something that a lot of people can relate to, depending on whatever your situation is. I know I can relate to it in my own way. And I really just love how open Amara is with her life, you know, with her mother, with her father, with her man, with her friendships, failed friendships.
Her career.
She puts it all out on the line.
Open book girl.
Yeah, and I can't fault it, but I don't know, Premadonna looked like she done met up with a friend that's about to throw something at her. So we'll see, because it's like when you're moving towards so much positivity, always the negative will come.
Always the negative. Yeah. I thought...
Message.
I thought it was a good episode. Like I said, I definitely feel like it was an episode that was just stirring the pot. Like it was just that episode you needed to just put all the seasonings in so it can just all mix together and it
Make
just
some gumbo.
You know, make Love and Hip Hop what we know and love it to be, filled with drama. So let's just go ahead and start talking about the tour. Okay, so the official title of the tour is BAPS. They have confirmed this.
So original.
And now they are on the hunt for a tour manager. So they hold, you know, this audition at a strip club. And they have these random people come in. What were your views on that? Do you think this was a professional approach to what they're like? They claim they want to be professional. They have something to prove, and then they go and host a audition like this. So as you can see, I was not a fan of it. What was y'all opinions on this?
It was Miami. It was true to where they're at,
I guess.
And they're gonna get the manager that is right for them. They might not even really be ready for someone who's like super professional. It could come off and rub people the wrong way.
It did when JJ came in. That was the man's name, right? JJ?
Yes.
Yeah, he put some fear in him. They was like, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, that's not gonna work because he's too professional. So I think they held an audition that works for them.
I'm half and half on that. I feel like on a real professional level, one, you wouldn't be at a strip club, but because they're so ratchet as a group brand that I wasn't swayed by that. I thought it fit more for their personality and the type of person who's going to be exposed to the type of things they're going to bring when it comes to Hennessy and wings and all that kind of stuff. I feel like Tip was helping as much as she could, but I don't know how they were going about reaching out to people. That seemed like it was limited. If you really gonna go for it, go for it. Like, bring real people to the table so that we could see, learn stuff. Because I feel like it was a great moment as far as, this show is, interesting to look at, but it was a missed opportunity as far as, no, this is us actually getting to the business, trying to get some real stuff cracking. And yeah, that was the kind of tea I got from it, because I think Sukihana was playing when she was like flirting with the dude. I think a lot of them were into the fact that, don't get caught up that you're on Love and Hip Hop. This is still your life. This is still your career. And then you're trying to, move in the right way. I feel Amara, even though, all her stuff is on blast, you can see where she's going with it. And these girls can do that. But if they keep playing around or keep wanting to show more personality than accomplishments and structures on the show, they're going to fall to the wayside.
Yeah, I totally agree with you with what you said. It just really just felt like this was another just piece to run the funniness or whatever of the show. It was not taken serious, and I don't know, it was more so like a comic relief than like last week y'all tried to have us feel so bad for them, and then this week you make a whole joke on this supposed to be bossed up new plan that they're trying to create to have their tour. So I completely agree. And then I want to go back to what you were saying about Miami Tip. Like, for her to be a manager and for her to know, she, at the beginning of the season, she shared how she knows the industry, how she made her mistakes, and how she, was trying to put Sukihana on a better face or, front of the industry. For her to sit and allow that to happen, or not be a manager and make sure she gets the proper people to come in, I don't know. I kind of question her too. But
you on Instagram Live talking about Saucy.
Right. So it's just like, it was a lot of contradictions going on with this whole manager thing. And I mean, it's Love and Hip Hop, but we all know that it's a purpose behind the show too. So
well, with me, I feel like it's weird for her to be in that position. I felt she was helping a group of women rather than her artists. So it led for her to take a back seat on actually trying to be fully involved.
I feel you.
Because they didn't put her over them.
Right.
She was just there like, she really just gave them a place to have the audition. Hook that up. And that's good. There's things that I've seen out of Tip that made me feel like, she's a novice as far as being a manager in ways, but you could tell she's really trying to find it out, and she's bringing what she can to the table. And for now, unless I see some other stuff, she's been standing on a cool ground for being just, I'm figuring it out, I'm going, and I'm trying to help these fellow Miamians, where she is an artist herself, so she could easily be caught up in being an opponent type shit stuff.
Do you think that Hood Brat is gonna eventually just get tired of the riffraff? Because we kind of saw like
she's the most serious.
She was joking around and all of that, but you can tell she was getting really bothered of how the audition was being handled and how they were acting. Like, do you see her maybe parting ways, or she may be that, I don't know, like the beef may be on her next?
It kind of makes me question whether, is it more about the show, or is it more about the reality of what y'all trying to accomplish? And that's kind of, because she came in like she was instigating stuff. And I was like, how you trying to help yourself if you always trying to start some stuff? Then she got serious when it came to her and her boyfriend and talking about her life and her sister and stuff like that. But I felt like maybe she's getting more serious as the show goes along. To be like, my opportunities are being shot off and I'm just seeing them pass by.
Yeah.
That whole Trina situation looks a little funny now based off of this situation, because if y'all serious, is that serious, or will y'all just want to turn up and beat a girl up and then be a great moment in TV? Like, I want to see them make moves that literally you can stand on. They're really trying to succeed.
Yeah, they're getting lost in the whole just the standard that Love and Hip Hop upholds and just the drama.
I mean, if you do follow them, I follow Suki. And that is overall who she is. She promotes her music, but she shakes her ass. She jokes around. She jokes about being a hoe. then she is a hoe. Like, this is just who she is. So I can't necessarily say that she doesn't take it serious, because I think this is just who she is. It's how her brain works. So it's really a matter of Tip
being that person
that to just keep her reeled in, because she's gonna be who she is. So it's like you have to keep her reeled in. And to me, she does have such strong energy. And it's
great energy. What we be saying all the time.
Yeah. She bring it.
We know what her line is.
We can't curse.
Yeah.
But she can control the energy in the room, because that's how strong her energy is. So the moment that she does start to take it a little bit more serious, everyone will fall in line. With Hood Brat, I do get a sense that she's getting frustrated with it, and she could see herself parting ways. But at the same time, the other girls have way more impressions than her. Like, people pay attention to them more. So it's like she does kind of need them in a way to bring that attention to herself.
Yeah. I guess it kind of just threw me off, because seeing last week how, like, we literally saw Sukihana, like, break down. So it was just kind of like, maybe she does have a different side of her, you know? So I don't know. It just left me all confused.
I be forgetting she got kids. I know she got them, but it's like she seems like just a party girl.
She seems, Well, we don't want you guys to forget about us. We love you guys here at AfterBuzz. Alfie, can you please let them know how to stay tuned?
I was just about to do that. Perfect timing, cousin, because we love y'all so much. We thank y'all for giving these 5 stars, these likes, comment. We read them. We really appreciate you. AfterBuzz gives us an opportunity to really dive into this journalistic skills, and just love on y'all. Thank you. You are the reason why we're the ESPN of TV talk. Hello.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Well, with that being said, let's get into the drama, okay? Because Saucy Santana came in and stirred the pot. Now, that was the person who stirred the pot of the whole episode.
Yes.
So we see them meet up. They're talking about their tour, blah, blah, blah. And Saucy invites the girls to his mixtape release party. And he points out to Sukihana that he does not plan to invite her manager. Long story short, he's like, okay, cool, she can come. You know, Suki, she lets her know, like, hey, this is what's going on. You need to apologize. She shows up, and there's literally, like, a billboard face of her not being able to trespass the premises.
Hilarious.
What was y'all thinking during that moment?
I loved it. I'm always here for the drama and the petty. I live for it. And it was like, what do you expect? If he didn't have a response, I'm going to be like, Suki, Saucy, you're not about that life, you know?
Yeah.
She was on Shade Room. She was on all the, what she said. I mean, first he was on all the blogs. When he got shot, it was all over the place. It was on the news. He was like, I'm a celebrity. They tagged me because I'm a celebrity. So then literally the next day, this live session of Tip comes out, and it gets picked up because everybody's talking about this story. So I can understand how he feels that she was trying to slander him if that wasn't his version of the story. And I can also understand them both having 2 different versions of the story. Yeah. But there's just already just so many levels of this, all right?
Yeah.
Openly gay man in the South, in Miami. You're at a heterosexual club. You're shaking your ass on the pole. Not everybody wants to see that. And who knows the things you were saying and doing, but not everybody was here for it. And they showed you that after the party was over. I just feel that it was such a sensitive topic. I'm not going to go put my spin on it. Or even if I was there, I'll tell somebody, like, I'll tell you what happened. But I'm not going to go on Instagram Live.
It's just like you were saying earlier, and just in general, it was kind of like, what was the point? Like, it was not your situation to mess with. It was not, you're not in the predicament. Like, why did you need to, what made you feel the need to get on live and say, y'all, that's not how it really went down?
Is she trying to be the Gayle King of Miami?
At this point, that was a good one. At this point, it was all for clout. It was just, oh, she saw the story, the headlines, boom, I was there. F it. This is my moment. I need to just do what I gotta do to get my numbers up, get my views. I'm about to be on 11 Hip Hop Miami. So
I'll be itching.
No, because I want y'all to say what y'all had to say, because there's a lot of people who believe what y'all believe, and that's cool. I'm from Miami. I've been around a lot of Miami people. I know how they move when it comes to the masses in certain kind of areas, or certain kind of, like, if you're on South Beach, there's a certain kind of crowd you're going to be. If you're at the library, or you at Club of Diamonds, or you at, Tootsie's, or any of these clubs that are for predominantly heterosexual males or bisexual women, and they're out there looking for women doing the extras. And you respect people. You're in a situation where you know you're not gonna tell you can't come here type stuff. But I feel like Tip is in that world. She used to dance or whatever, so she probably worked at a club and know them people and know they ain't like against LGBTQ and all that stuff. And if it's also a real word spot, so it's one of those spots where, you know, if it's ghetto, it's hood, it's dangerous on its own. You don't add to the flavor. I literally compared it to a very pro-black guy going to a barbecue for the KKK, and I'm wanting to play some African music and want y'all to eat black people food and learn our culture, or just throw that in your face when you didn't ask for it, and I just came on a random day. I believe everybody's a human being, everybody has their rights, and everybody should, you know, respect everybody. But I don't go to certain things or certain situations because I don't like to get my butt whooped, or I don't like to go through conflict just because I want everybody to accept me. And it's not even an accepting, because they let him in there and he was chilling until he did too much, and then he ain't chill no more. And then that's where the Tip situation for me, I don't think she was bashing him. I think she was like, yo, y'all are really painting this. And that could close a place down. Then all of a sudden a bunch of people can't work there no more, and a bunch of people can't eat just because this dude wanted to play it a certain way when he knew what he was doing type
So
ish.
you feel like she was like obligated to tell
Because she know them.
truth,
Like if you were talking about my sister or my
protect
brother,
them.
you trying to play them as a other alternative lifestyle person, I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm gonna be like, no, you walked up to my homeboy, you decided to touch him a certain way, and he sparked you and knocked you out and stepped on your face because you shouldn't have did that. And you know, out of respect, if I respect you, you gotta respect me, homie. Period. That's all I have to say.
Excuse me, Alfie, dang.
Because I put hands on people when they try me.
I feel like somebody else could have got the clout. I mean, if it was an agreement,
She didn't have to do it.
Right.
That's
if it
what you
was
can say.
an
As a
agreement,
manager, she didn't have to put herself out there.
Yeah, if it was an agreement that they asked her, like, yo, can you clear the air on this because he's slandering our name? But if not, and you chose to, it is a clout move. It was a clout move. And it's not the first time she's done that. She's done it like with other things that have been trending, and she'll just go on live and go tell her side.
But then that's like, we don't shut anybody down from their opinion. If he can have his opinion about the situation, then she can have hers.
Oh, yeah. Did she, like, was that her reasoning? It was a while back. Refresh my memory. Was that her reasoning of going on this rant because she just felt like she needed to? Because
everybody was saying stuff, and it's like, oh, the library, you can't, you know, it's dangerous. They you know, anti, and it's like, no, they're not anti, but they ain't with the extras. And if you go too far in any kind of, I've seen mad regular guys get beat up and killed at the strip club. So it's a situation where if you're out of line, you will be treated in the right pocket of that line.
I can understand. That's like a straight guy going to a gay club talking about, cut this out.
Yeah, cut this music out. Where the girls at?
Yeah,
bring some girls up in here. And then I get my butt whooped by a bunch of queens and I'm getting mad. No, I'm be like, I shouldn't have been in there, and when I did, I disrespected them. I wasn't respectful.
It's a touchy subject because they are a community. They are people. They have the right to advocate for wanting to express themselves.
Yeah, that's fine.
And the same way at one time, our ancestors did the same for us. And people felt that we were out of line. So that's why I can still understand where, like, as a girl, and I'm in the club, and I'm drunk, and I'm feeling myself, and I just want to, like, you know? So you have to understand that there are people that, in their mind, they think the same way her and I think. It's just that they don't look exactly the way we look, and you won't look at them the same way. I sympathize with them when they are made to feel that they can't express themselves because super masculinity gets at play. Because at the end of the day, if you're not with that, you're not with that.
You don't see
if anything, you could just be like, boo, get out of here. But to
actually, that's becoming a thing.
But slowly and respectfully, it's like, oh, they like it over here, so let's do it.
Yeah.
If they don't like it over here, okay, this restaurant won't have it.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the question?
It's associating different energies together. I feel like there's nothing wrong with. I feel bad what happened to him. I don't agree with that in any kind of way, shape, or form. And even people are against me. I don't believe in hurting other people. But I do know what the world is going on.
And what you're saying is just a time and a place.
For everything.
Knowing how the country in general as a whole is just still adapting to this whole change. What you're saying is you don't put yourself in a situation to get that outcome.
Yeah, because especially in that place. Like,
when you're going over the top.
In the South, you cannot do
it. Wasn't a
skating
skating ring. It wasn't a regular club. It was a specific for something kind of club.
But I know I'm dating a man that he's not into that. But if he sees that, he's not going to make you feel so uncomfortable. He's gonna be like, "Girl, babe, it's time to go," or "I just don't feel like seeing that," or "What is he doing?" or "Look at his phone." But to me, the over masculinity from certain males. One is my personal opinion, so judge me whatever. But one, I think it probably could be to cover up something, or two, it's like if you straight, you straight. Why does that make you uncomfortable? Why does it make you so bothered? And so that's weird. And don't try to bring. I don't want to get too deep, but it's like don't try to bring Jesus and God up into it. That's your own.
It's a professional
bias
setting
that you need to handle on your own.
In a professional
it's a strip
setting,
club, and he got up on a pole.
But it's not a male strip club, so when a guy takes off his pants, that is a violation of what's going on in that certain thing, and that's what she said was happening.
She said
she started pulling off his pants and twerking in the drawers, and then it was like, I mean, one thing if you was like go bad girl or being himself and just throwing money and just like not being extra.
Let loose.
I can't take my pants off, so why should he?
No, I get that. That I get.
Yeah.
It's just rules of respect. It's the South too. Don't play with it.
It's a lot. Yeah. And it's a lot of opinions. And I don't know. Like I'm sitting in between. I see both sides of it. Like
and that's why you respect
I see how he feels like he can be free and he feels like he was being accused, but I also understand, the setting and what was it about. But overall, we are happy that he is alive and well.
Yeah, exactly.
And he is on the show and he is bringing the petty, and I am excited to see what is going to happen afterwards. How is she going to confront them? Are they going to ever rekindle this? I
think so. You could tell Tip is a very level-headed person.
And I do want to speak on that too. She still handled it well.
She did.
She handled it well, and you could tell what she said.
He said, hocus pocus, get her out of here.
Right. To me, it was kind of just like she brought her whole demeanor was, I know who I am as a person. Yes. I stand my ground, and even I just respect her even more. Like even in the audition when they brought it to her attention, she was just like, you know what, I still don't feel like I was in the wrong, but whatever. Like to keep the peace. If I need to apologize, I will. So
and it did come off like what she was saying was genuine because of how calm, cool, and collected she remained. Versus he was like, I didn't do that. It's like
but like Alfie was saying, remember we was outside talking. In a way, he kind of proved that it was kind of
that
she was because she was real calm, and then he because she needs to get on live, and it's just like, so was you being extra, or was you being,
or even into the fact that he set her up, like Sukiana was like, she's trying to, apologize and make this right. He was like, at first he was like, she can't come. But the reason why he said she could come so he could do that stunt on her. If you're a person who pulls stunts and do stuff like that, you are most likely the one getting your shot. You're doing stuff. You're doing too much. People don't move like that who don't want problems.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say that's a part of life. You learn lessons. So I would just say, don't do it again. There's plenty of friendly clubs in Miami.
There are plenty.
You walk right down.
Period.
What's it? South Beach.
Period.
Is that the main? What's the main avenue right there?
Ocean Drive.
Oh yeah.
I only know. Don't ask. I literally was singing City Girls in my head.
Okay. We know what you be doing.
Yeah, I love little City Girl piece. But okay, right. So, speaking of getting smacked up, Mama was about to smack up Amara when she found out that she trying to bring her daddy back into, her life.
And Amara tried to say, and what Amara tried to say, he said that he couldn't get his papers. She was like, that's to come here. That's not to pick up the phone.
And she said 13 years later, he was getting his papers for 13 years.
She's trying to,
huge, like,
you're
not this naive.
Right.
Yes.
Mama Amara is one of those mamas that everybody should have. Like, she's real, she's honest, she's open, she's true to her feelings, she's true to your feelings. She'll stand on her ground and still let you do what you do. I feel like that is one of the most quality relationship in Love and Hip Hop is Amara and her mother's relationship, because it shows, you know, one thing I admire about Amara is that she's an open book and she's really into, you know, elevating herself and finding those secret problems that people don't ever address or just pass them by. She's willing to put her heart out to try to fix everything or find everything or let people know where she's coming from. So that whole interaction was very real. And again, that's why I put in the mom's hatred to the dad. We have to see where this goes and how deep it is, because she keeps coming up with facts to be like, you know what, she's right.
And honestly, you know, last week I was just so like, oh my God, this is beautiful. I hope they can work it out. Maybe it's the mama who was, you know, bitter and stuff like that. But I don't know. This episode kind of brought me back to mama's side, because mama, like you said, she came with the facts. She was just like, okay, he told you all of this, but where was he between age whatever to 13? And he sees you becoming famous. You know, now it's all of a sudden everybody knows your name, so now he wants you. He's sick now. He's broke. You're bringing in income to help him. So, I mean, mama got a point, and if dad is going to stick to this story, he needs, I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know what his approach, but he has a lot of winning over.
And I say this, sometimes people can't get right, and when it comes to family, this is one thing that I thought was so amazing about Amara. You might have to sacrifice. They don't do good by you, but you do good by them just to have good going on.
Exactly.
And it was one of those things that I feel like a lot of families and situations where you've become something and all of a sudden somebody enters your life that technically you wish was always there. You might be cutting yourself short by being like, because this happened, we can't have a relationship. Maybe that will feed her soul in a way that can't be fed by her mother or any other way. So it's like, I see where her head is and her heart is, and I just hope it works out, because it can just still go awry and her mom be totally right.
Yeah.
But it might go right, and it'd be like the best thing she did for the overall her in the end.
I just don't want her to get hurt.
Yeah. I mean, between him and
so,
MJ.
but I'm sorry. I think the father is full of crap.
Probably.
And
Probably.
But I still think that it's worth her trying, because you need to get that closure. That's the only way. Like, you know, I needed the closure. One time my father called me through it, because, you know, my father's locked up, and he called me through it. We had been writing letters for years. I had never spoken to him on the phone. He called me. He has one of his ladies call me, and I was just like, at this time I was like 18. I was like, you have my number? You can call me? I was like, this is your first time calling me? Wow. And from there, I've never really cared to carry on a relationship with him, because at this point now, it's like, I don't even really know you, sir. So, and my life is too busy. I don't have time to talk to people I don't know. But I got that closure for myself. Prior to that, there was a yearning that I had. So for Amara, the fact that she's never gotten that closure, get the closure, but I guarantee he'll make it easier for you.
He'll make it easier. So you're like...
Because the mom's not lying. There is no reason for him. I can understand you not having your papers, but to have a whole child that you birthed and brought into this earth in America, and you're not even talking to her on the phone, sending her birthday cards, nothing.
So it's literally just gonna take, it's one of those you live and you learn moments. I gotta just let you go out and see for yourself, and then when you come back, I'm just there in open arms, you know?
Yeah.
Well, who also has his arms wide open? MJ.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm starting to get a little nervous about MJ myself, because
I was rooting for him.
I mean, listen, last week he came with the jacket, with the name, like just, babe, I'm here with you kind of vibe. And now he's just taking it too far. Like, one, your girlfriend has told you, I am not ready for kids.
Okay.
Don't try to throw this dog on me talking about, look, babe, it's practice. Like, and Amara's just like, if I told you I don't got time for a baby, what makes you think I got time for a puppy? And then on top of that, in the midst of it, you did all of this to just sprinkle in, oh, and also, can I be the manager? Like, do y'all think MJ has a motive? Do y'all think we can't trust him anymore? I don't want to say it, but
I don't want to say it, but now hearing from the ex-girlfriend and then everything he pulled today, like who does that? You gonna do that?
It was so.
I want to be your manager. I want you to have my baby. That means that I want you for life, so that I am guaranteed to what you have.
I think it was just the way it was just so. It was strategically just planned well, and how he brought her in about the dog and thought he was gonna win her over, and then sprinkle in the management. It was kind of just like, you're sneaky. It's something.
I feel like it depends, because it's one of the things where there's some people who really believe in family and structure like that. Mm-hmm. So it might be, and I'm giving this like a 30 to 40% chance. It really might be him just trying to be the man, and they seem like they're Caribbean folk, island folk. So it seems like it's just that kind of family where he's gonna try to be in there and actually want to be in there, and that's a good thing. But even within that, it can go awry where it's too much. It's too much. The dog and buying the dog before even asking her about it is a red flag. The whole
dog.
Even if he wanted to be a manager, which doesn't necessarily have to be an evil thing, it could be like, oh, I see you, what you need out here. I'm getting into managing. I got my own artist. I'm working. I want to see you, show you that I could be a great manager even for you. You know, That seems more, easier to digest, and you really trying to force yourself. And anybody who tries to force themselves on you, especially when you're in that like I'm trying to be a star thing, that's a big red flag, because these type of people get consumed with qualities or things that they care more about than you are, because they can't be you. And you hope that's why you get a manager that isn't like a partner or a family member, so you could make it all business, so you can talk business. But when it's like, no, I love you, this is why I'm trying to do the best for you, things happen that go awry, and it can be within the good intent.
I have a question.
What up?
Does MJ have a job?
He's an artist just like her.
Okay, so then that's the problem. That's the main problem right there. The ex-girlfriend specifically said that he never would want to get a job. And now,
hold up, though. You can't be just listening to everybody and what they say.
I
don't like how all this shade is coming from random women, people, unless once we find out if he's just like this random player and he's spent all this time. But for now, we haven't gotten those facts to even
We just have to look at what he's showing her. Yeah. And at the same time, he was so gung-ho. I get the whole Julian thing, because Julian was being shady, but when now I'm like, when you see something now, you're able to look in hindsight, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, he was slowly even planting seeds of dividing her with the manager, saying things that he didn't like, right? Creating more tension between them. That was then with the Trina thing. When you're somebody who's waiting for an opportunity to capitalize, you're seeing that. You're like, oh, see, Trina said it. You see, I told you, you know? So now it's like you can get in. Then from there, prior to that, he been said he wanted to try to plant a seed inside of her, with her even saying no. Now you bring it up again, in addition to a dog, in addition to trying to say that you want to be her manager. So it's like, knowing that she's in a vulnerable space with her father and then with just leaving with Julian, it's like, I feel like he's now just trying to come full throttle
in whatever his alleged or possible mischievous plan he has said.
I'll say this.
We'll see what
Amara
happens
just
next
has
week.
to protect herself, because even if he does have good or bad intentions, it's her decision to make. And
I love how Premadonna brought that to her attention. Yes, he seems good and all of that, but you have to still not let your emotions get in the way, which is why he don't need to be the manager, and she just needs to hold her ground.
I mean, spending all their time together anyway, you get annoyed with people. That's the last person.
Just be my man right now. Let's just focus on that. Just be my man, and we'll take it from there. Be my man and get a job, and we'll take it from there.
Well, guys, I'm excited to see how this unfolds.
Oh yeah, me too.
Let's get into our special segment.
Yeah.
We brought the heat during our special segment. Of course, we talk about who on the episode, just brought it. I'm
gonna tell you, I'm say for this episode, even though we talked about all this other stuff, Trick Daddy bought the episode. He stood on his ground. He said, I don't want to talk about nothing. Ain't nothing to be talked about. He put himself in a situation where he with his homies. So if they gonna get advice, it's gonna be from my and that's all good with me. Cuz
he did bring the heat. He did say this girl. I like that.
I don't talk about nothing.
You know who brought it? Saucy brought it. No trespassing. And I was so here for it. I want more camera time for Saucy.
And she stood up for Tip.
Come for my girl. Hope.
Okay, well, I'm devil's advocate. Miami Tip brought the heat.
She did.
Period. She, like how Trick Daddy, stood his ground, she stood her ground. She was just like, look, I said what I said, period. I will try to mend the broken pieces, but it's whatever. And when that sign was on the thing, she ain't make no scene. She walked politely away, did her little flip or whatever, and switched on out the
Because that's what you do to the haters.
Because that's what you do.
That is what you do to the haters.
That's
all you got to do to the haters.
That's all you got to do. All right, so let's get into some predictions. What do you think is going to be getting crazy for next week?
TV predictions.
I think it's going to come to a head with MJ and Amara. Either he's going to find his place to be able to stay with her, or it's not going to work out. Sorry.
Agreed.
It'd be like that. It'd be with real love, though. I feel bad for him unless I find out some stuff. We'll see.
Yeah.
That's what I'm really keyed in on this. Like, I want to see what's going to happen with Amara and MJ, but I do think that it could be the beginning of the end for them.
It could be.
Because he possibly could be an opportunist.
Yeah. And we saw the whole, whatever they was doing at the house. I don't know if he was packing up or just throwing stuff, but
she was talking in Spanish. Uh-oh.
And she got real spicy.
Yeah. Don't throw my things. This is not your house. This is my fucking house.
Okay. Well, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed today's after show.
Bang, bang, bang.
Where can we find you guys all on social?
Alfred Nolan Thomas 2.
At Jeroslyn Diva, Jeroslyn Diva.
Yes, and you guys can find me on all social media platforms at Tyra Prude Official. We will see you guys next week.
Next week.
See you later.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.